Hello again. As promised, today we're going to be playing around with the low lines of attack, the direct parries for those lines of attack. Let's take a look. Okay, just like with the high lines of attack, we have an outside line of attack and an inside line of attack. Let's start with the outside line of attack. Here's what my low outside parry looks like. Okay? Now, I want you to notice a few things. Just like with the high lines, I am parrying with the fort of the blade. The tip of my blade, the foible, is angled towards my partner and pointed in. And this angle can be a little bit steeper because we're not as worried about threatening their face all the way down here. Okay? Because I don't want to point this at the ground, I want it to be threatening. So, here's the angle. The tip of the blade is inside there. My fingers and my knuckles are in line here. And because of the position I need to put my hands in, my left hand is crossed all the way underneath, and I am able to really loosen up my grip with my left hand here. There's no reason to try and hold on to it. I can really loosen that up to get my hand into the correct position. So here is my low outside line. Again, my fingers are pointed in the same direction, and I am tucking my elbow in. I am not parrying like this. Parrying like this, very relaxed upper body. And I'm definitely not parrying like this with my fingers pointed in opposite directions, right here. Now, this parry was 3, this was 4, this down here, this is parry 2, right here. Parry 2, low outside line. Now let's take a look at the low inside line. Looks like this. Here we go. Just like before, it's the fort that's doing all the work. I'm just pushing it just to the outside of my target. Elbows tucked in, shoulders relaxed, fingers pointed in the same direction. And now with this one, my hands are not crossed. My right palm is supinated, my left palm is pronated, and it's very, very easy. This is known as the golf swing parry because it looks and feels very much like you are swinging a golf club. So golf swing parry right here. It has a number. This one is 2, this is 3, this is 4. You might be inclined to think that this is parry 1. It is not parry 1. Parry 1 looks like this. It's a very uncommon, seldom used parry, also known as the what time is it parry because it looks like you're checking your wristwatch to see what time it is. This is parry 1. The reason is because that's what your sword would look like immediately after bringing it out of a scabbard. That's where we begin. This parry right here, believe it or not, is parry 7. And it's a much easier, much nicer, much more common parry than parry 1. There's nothing wrong with parrying 1 per se. 7 is just usually easier and more efficient. But 1 can be used sometimes. Usually when we do 1, we are parrying a high 1 so that we can then go into and around the body cut on the riposte there. So this is 7 right here. Now, we can use direct parries to go back and forth between 7 and 2. So here's 7. I weight shift forward, 2, 7, 2, 7. Now here's what I'm doing. Again, I need to lead with the true edge of the blade, but it's easier this time. In the high line, I really had to work to twist those wrists. In the low line, all I need to do is just change the pronation or the supination of my right hand. So, when my right hand is pronated, I am parrying 2 to my outside. When my right hand is supinated, I am parrying 7 to my inside. My left hand just goes along for the ride. So, I weight shift forward, and I parry 7. My right hand is supinated, palm up. I weight shift forward. I flip my right palm to pronation, weight shift back, parry 2 with my right hand pronated. I weight shift forward, I flip my palm to supination, palm up, weight shift back, parry 7. Weight shift forward, flip my palm, weight shift back, parry. Forward, flip, back, parry. Going from parry 2 to parry 7 in these direct parries. So, just like with the high lines, that's what I'd like you to film yourself doing, please. Go back and forth from 2 to 7, back to 2, back to 7, using weight shifts, using the proper pronation or supination, leading with that true edge of the blade. Thank you very much.